Well, I'm Liz Liddell. I'm the Director of Campus Organizing at the National Secular Student Alliance. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm openly secular. I grew up secular. My family didn't put a lot of emphasis on religion growing up. Even though both of my parents came from very religious backgrounds, by the time I came along, I'm the youngest of six, the religion had pretty much fallen off the table. So I didn't go to church as a child and was given a pretty solid science education and a pretty good understanding of just the world as the way it is. While I was growing up, it became apparent to me that my friends who had churches had something that I didn't have, and they had this shared experience of being able to talk about the Catholic Mass and about communion, and they had things like baptisms and confirmations and first communions that I was very outside of, and I was aware of that sort of otherness. Not in an intentionally excluded way for the most part, but just recognizing that they had a shared experience that I didn't have. And so the idea of starting to go to church came up in my family when I was about 10. And so we found a nice Episcopal church that we went to, and I went to church from about age 10 through 18 or so. And when I got into college, I sort of stopped pretending that this was actually a useful way to look at the world. I went into the church sort of saying, oh, this is an interesting set of mythology and a good metaphor for how the world came to be that clearly was put together by people who didn't actually have the science to understand the world. And so I have always been, I continue to be just confounded by the people who take the Bible as literal truth. How does anybody do that? But people do, and I'm just astounded by this. I've had conversations with my parents since then, and my mother was always very glad that I was thinking for myself, and my father was more concerned that I was happy and fulfilled and being gainfully employed than what my spiritual beliefs were. It is incredibly important for us to be vocal about who we are, because that's the only way we're going to be able to demonstrate to people that we're people. And most people in American society know a secular person. They just don't know it.